for highlights of the NALS Conference 2015. Just like the capital, the lettings market is very dynamic, it's super crowded, so what better than to have the theme of sourcing business in a crowded marketplace. Today is a great opportunity to work on your business, not in it.
Lovely to have you all in a room, and it's great that we do this, but when you go back home, why don't all the good guys sit together and talk to each other and recommend each other and sit with your landlords and go, whether you go with me or not, please just make sure you choose another NALS agent.
I have to say credit to Isabel and Sheila, because they always get amazing speakers on, and how fantastic it is. We've got Home Office and DCLG here today, you know, and I think that's brilliant to have direct access for people. So that bit's great, but the other half of it is everybody chatting here. We've got to kind of help each other through the next 5 or 10 years, that kind of siloed existence. It's not going to work for the future.
In its most basic terms, right to rent is about checking to determine that a potential tenant or a lodger has the right to be in the UK. So failure to make the checks could lead to a penalty should a tenant turn out to be here unlawfully.
It's a good, robust, vibrant market, and that NALS in itself, that we're there to help and we're there to protect, that we're trying to bring the right people together and the right stakeholders together to make sure that the private rental sector is welcome and continues to flourish.
Up until the 1st of October, you could write Section 21 out to the back of a fag packet. As long as the key information was in there was no form to fill in. You could do it any way you wanted, as long as it's in writing. Well, that's no change. From the 1st of October, we have a new prescribed Section 21 notice, which you must use going forward. You must use it on any tenancy created on or after 1st of October. If you don't, it's invalid.
I think things like this are vital, not just for NALS, but for every other trade body out there. What you're trying to do is not necessarily educate people in a 30-minute window, but make them aware of, in general terms, what's coming, the sort of problems they have, and enables them to decide, yes, I need more help, I need more training for my staff, I need more expertise, and it opens windows. It tells people where they can turn to get that information.
And then in terms of supply versus demand, rental searches on Rightmove in yellow, and available letting stock going down, so stuff letting more quickly. One thing I'll just draw attention to, in a bit of a Rightmove plug, a 7-fold increase in letting searches over the last 6 years, and that's massive. It really highlights, obviously, degree of Rightmove success, but really around that surge in lettings demand.
Professional lettings agents getting together at an organisation, an event like this, really important to actually market that professionalism, so it is a real difference when a landlord is making a choice.
So I suppose the moral of the story there is, if you want to see bears, be where the bears are. And I thought this links in very well with what Miles was saying just now. A wonderful mapping tool. You know, if you want to get the business, go where the business is. But you've got to know where it is and do your research. So where are the bears? Hey, there they are. Oh, but we're over here. We need to be over there.
It's a proactive approach to going and getting the business, as well as the marketing approach. So I always think that the marketing is the platform from which the sales happen more readily. Yeah. And you can't really have one without the other.
So I want you to summarise what the government's approach and policy priorities are for the private rented sector. And put simply, it's this: a bigger and better private rented sector. And I wanted to recognise the vital role of the professional trade bodies such as NALS and others who have done so much to drive up standards in the sector.
This year, as with all the previous years, I've attended some great speakers, some really interesting information. Particularly thought some of the insights that were given by the guest speakers today were fantastic.
So 1 minute of video content is the same as 1.8 million words if you were to read it on a website from an impact perspective.
Branded content is the way to push your business forward. Gone are the days where you can afford to sort of force marketing messages down people's throats. It doesn't work anymore because we all see it, we see straight through it. So branded content, in making a piece of content that you as a viewer want to watch and is interested and engaging to you, and putting those marketing messages in there as a byproduct of, and developing that trusting relationship is really where video is powerful for any industry.
There is a real movement forward, and I've seen it over the last few years, where the PRS, everybody is starting really to work together. Everybody round tables, we're going to get the good guys, you guys, rising to the top, because that has to happen.
Well, that's it for the NALS conference for another year. It's been a great day of education, networking, and perhaps most importantly, people coming together, sharing best practice for the greater good of the private rented sector. Thanks for watching the highlights and see you next year.